Hey guys, so I'm here with an Empties video today, but I did want to say something first. First of all, thank you so much for those of you that have looked at my blog sale and have decided to purchase some items. Thank you for supporting me in that. Obviously you don't have to, but I do appreciate it. I really just want to make sure the makeup is going to a good home where it will be used and loved. Anyway, let's get into the empties. Oh, and that's what's over there. So that's for that. Anyway, so let's get into empties. I somehow have a ton of empties. Like, it just, you know how it goes. Like, all of a sudden you have a bunch. So let's just start and see how far we get. So the first, I just finished this recently. It was a Bath & Body Works Forever Sunshine. It looks like there's still a little bit in there, but I'm done with it. This smelled nice, actually. I really liked how this smelled. It reminded me of, it kind of reminded me of Prada Candy Low. Like an orangey, florally, sweet kind of scent. It was supposed to be golden apricot, pink peonies, and a hint of praline, but it really reminded me of like Prada Candy. So if you like a more perfumey smelling one, you might want to smell this the next time you're in Bath & Body Works, but you know, it was good. I just finished this the other day too. This is Dry Bar Triple Sec 3-in-1, texturizes, amplifies, refreshes. This is their dry shampoo. This was just a mini size. I don't use a ton of dry shampoo just because my hair doesn't really get that oily, but I actually did use this up, so nothing, it like sprays, but there's nothing coming out. This had a pretty strong scent. Like, I would say actually, like, when I was wearing this, I didn't like to put on perfume because I felt like it was competing with my fragrance. I didn't really think it gave me a ton of volume, not any more so than any other dry shampoo that I've used, so I would not repurchase this unless, I think like the only way that I think this would be a really good product is if you like to use dry shampoo after like you've been maybe in like a bar or something where there's smoking going on, or somewhere where your hair ends up being like heavily scented and you want to use a dry shampoo, because this was pretty heavily fragranced. I will probably get the Batiste shampoo next time. I do like to have at least one dry shampoo on hand just in case I need it, and I do like having the option of a travel size, but I'll probably just buy the full size Batiste because it's inexpensive. So this was okay, but nothing amazing. Here is a 2-pack of Wallflowers from Bath & Body Works in the Marshmallow Fireside scent. I still have one of them burning right now. I love Marshmallow Fireside. It is one of my top 3 scents of all time. So I love it in the Wallflower and in the candle. I've had good throws with both of them, so I do really enjoy this. I will, actually I already have repurchased it. So yeah, I really like that. Here's a Bath & Body Works hand soap in Vampire Blood. This was from Halloween. It was Wicked Plum was the scent. It smelled really good, actually. I would, if I buy Bath & Body Works soaps in the future and they have this one, yeah, this is good. It says it's Blood Red Strawberry, Night Blooming Jasmine, and Dark Transylvanian Plum. Yeah, my nephew thought the packaging was cute, but this smelled really, really good. I did really enjoy how this smelled. Here's a makeup sample. This was a YSL Fusion. This was actually pretty nice. This wasn't the right color for me. As you can see, it ended up drying up because I think I left it for like a day or two after using the first bit of it. This was nice. I'd like to try it out in my actual color before I would make a decision about purchasing this, but yeah, it was pretty nice, and I thought it would dry my skin out because it's more for oily combination skin, but it didn't, so it was good. Here is a 10-pack of the Ole Henriksen Grease Relief Makeup Removing Cloths, the oil-free pore refining one, the green one. I don't love these. They smell really strongly of the eucalyptus, which that's okay, but they have like bumpies on one side of them. It's not made for my skin type, so I really don't fault it for that. This came in a set, I think, but I did use it. It was kind of nice in the summer to have it because the eucalyptus is very refreshing, but that's pretty much it. I really have no other feelings on that. This is a mini size of the Amazing Grace shower gel from Philosophy. This smells good. I don't know, like Amazing Grace is one of their most well-known scents. It's probably their best-selling scent, and I just never really got into it. But this is a nice size. It was a free sample with something. I used it when I was traveling. Oh, and those bottles, sorry, I already threw it in my bin, but those bottles are okay for travel if you're traveling in a car. If you're traveling in a plane, those bottles will leak everywhere. So the little tiny Philosophy ones that are soft, fine if by car or by train, not if by plane. Oh, here's one I just finished, thank goodness. This is the Bliss Multifaceted Anti-Aging Clay Mask. I got this free from work when I worked at Sephora. It's all cleaned out. So they had this really hyped up. I remember there was a lot of hype about this because it was supposed to be like, it was supposed to be similar effects to the original Glam Glow, the black Glam Glow, but it was supposed to be cheaper and you get more product in it, which you do. You get a ton of product in this. I did not like I don't like the original Glam Glow. So, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. With the black one, not the Super Mud one, which I think is talked about more now anyway, but the original Youth Mud, which is the black one with literal chunks of leaves in it. This was supposed to be a dupe for that. I guess it is. I don't like either one of them particularly, so in that regard, I guess it worked out. The granules just felt like sand on my skin. Like, I did not like the granules, and it was super messy. My washcloths would look terribly gray. I would rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse, and it was like, no, like, you need to come clean faster. And I would just much rather use a chemical exfoliant than to bother with this, but the packaging was nice. It kind of smelled really, mentholy too, which I didn't love. I felt like it irritated my skin more than it helped it. This is kind of like a somewhat related to beauty. This was a little glass votive thing that I was storing. I stored eyeliners in it. I got it at the Dollar Tree several years ago around the holidays. But if you see inside, there's like this gold paint and it's flaking off there. I was wondering where I was getting these gigantic chunks of glitter. I would see them like up here or around here, even on my eye, like on my chin, and I'm like, what product is giving these giant chunks of glitter? Well, it was this. I'd have like my liners, my concealers, anything that was like a pencil shape, I had in here. And it was hitting the bottom, and that's what was pulling up the paint. And then when I would go to use it and then touch the bottom of the eyeliner or something, I would put it on my cheek or whatever. It would get on my hands and I touch my face. So I've solved the mystery of where my giant chunks of gold glitter were coming from. It was coming from this. This is really cute. I still think it's cute, but honestly, this is flaking and it was $1. I think I have 2 more of these somewhere. So I'm just gonna go ahead and recycle this. If I can recycle it, I'll have to check. It was the Crackle Glass Votive. I haven't seen it in a couple years, so I don't know if they carry it, but you never know. You never know with the Dollar Tree. I'm sure I could repaint this gold inside and spray it with a clear acrylic, but that seems like a lot of work when I have a bunch of other little decorative holder things like this that I can stick my makeup stuff in. So, all right, I'm going really slow today. Lancome Advanced Genifique. This is their serum. This is the 1.7 fluid ounce size. This is the larger size they sell. I think this is like $115, something like that. It's very expensive. It felt nice. It has a beautiful little dropper with the Lancome rose on it. And you untwist this, and then it's like a dropper, and you do that. And it snaps very nicely. The packaging is nice. I got this for free from work when I worked at Sephora. Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice, slightly hydrating serum, but I don't think it did anything great for my skin. I wouldn't purchase this. It's just too expensive for not seeing results, in my opinion. A sleeve of cotton rounds. My dad usually buys them for me. I use cotton rounds. Here's a Shiseido Urban Environment SPF 42 sunscreen. This is an emulsion, so it has a shaker ball in it. This is one of my favorite sunscreens, especially for the summertime. It's a really lightweight, thin one. It's actually good as a makeup primer because it really kind of even mattifies your face a little bit. So if you are oily or combination, you might like this, but I didn't feel like it dried my skin out too much. I just had to make sure that I prepped with a moisturizer underneath. I really liked it. It didn't leave a white cast on my skin. Easy to use. It's water resistant for 40 minutes. I don't know. I love this. I find it at my TJ Maxx a lot. I think it'd be hard for me to pay full price for this, but at TJ Maxx pricing for like 15 bucks, I'm good with that because that's a good sunscreen. This I'm getting rid of because it smells disgusting and something else got on it. This is the Hawaiian Tropic After Sun Moisturizer in Lime Colada. This did smell amazing at one time. Now it smells like plastic and disgustingness. It's super old, so that is not the product's fault, but I'm not going to use it, so I'm getting rid of it. I finished a Up and Up nail polish remover in Strengthening. This was nice. I liked it. Yeah. I might repurchase that. Here is a sample of the YSL Volupte Tint and Oil in Cherry My Cherie. I really loved this, and that's a problem for me because this is $32 and I already have like a whole plethora array of lip products. But this was really nice. I might buy it during the VIB sale because I did really like it. It definitely felt like an oil on your lips, so if you do not like that feeling, you will not like that. But I loved the stain. It was actually pretty dark and it was this really beautiful pinky color on me. I really liked the look and I liked how long it lasted. It didn't look quite as glossy as her lips, but I only put on one layer, so I really enjoyed this, and I would definitely get another sample of this if it was a sample option. I finished up a candle. This is a Bath & Body Works candle in Suntan. This smelled really good. This was kind of, I got this on clearance last summer, I think. This was kind of like a cologne mixed with sunblock scent. It was definitely kind of sharp. I could see how not all people would like this. But this is an older candle, and you see how nicely it burned. It burned down almost all the way. I got great scent throw on this, so this was a great candle, but I don't know about the quality with Bath & Body Works anymore. This has a little bit left in it, but it started to turn. This is the Acara, or Aurora, I don't know how you say it, the Acacia Nurturing Sweet Almond Oil. I used this in some DIY projects. I used this, I think I used it as an oil like on my feet a couple times. I used it mostly as a massage oil. It was nice. It's a good carrier oil. And I actually think that they're selling this brand, the Acacia brand, at Rite Aids now, because I've seen it at my Rite Aids. But there's like this much left and it's turned, so that has to go. This is a sad one. So this is a excuse me, this is an Up and Up brush that I just bought. It's a complexion brush. I think it was $6. A nice synthetic round top, densely packed brush. I got it after hearing from Emily Noel how much she liked them. I really loved it too for about 6 weeks until it started. Can you hear that? Yeah, the ferrule's loose. So yeah, I could try and glue this back on or whatever, but honestly, I'm not going to do that. So, I don't know if mine was just a fluke. I've been using brushes, and I have brushes from Sedona Lace that look like this that I have washed successfully without breaking them. And I've had those for probably 3 or 4 years. Here it is actually. So this is a really similar one. This is the 480. This is a little bit smaller, and I don't know. I was really sad that this kind of started doing that, but I had it for like 6 weeks, and that's just not that's not worth it for the price. I might try another different type of brush from the Up and Up brand, but this one is leaving me. So this is another thing I have to toss. This is the Buxom lip gloss in White Russian. When it was standing up, it was down to about the middle of the U or the bottom of the U. So I used maybe like 40% of it. Yep, it's turned. It is turned. It is turned, and I've had it a while, so it's not this fault. It's my fault. I'm also getting rid of this brush. This is a Sedona Lace brush. I use this a lot. This is like an angled brush. I use this for eyeliner a lot, and it has just gotten too splayed, and it's sort of stained. Like, it's just not thin enough for me anymore. And I have a MAC 266, I believe. I have a Smashbox liner brush. I have a pointed liner brush that I like. So I just don't like this brush anymore. And it's stained, and the bristles are splayed out, so it's just not, no one wants that brush. Another thing I'm getting rid of, a Clinique All About Eyes serum. This is a mini that came in some set. It's super old. You're only supposed to use it for 6 months, and I'm not going to put this around my eyes. Oops, it jumped out. Here's a little perfume sample. This is Toca Isabel, and it was just a little card thing there. This smelled like honeysuckle, roses. It smelled like roses and honeysuckle, but I really liked it when it dried down. I really wish I could find a Toca perfume that I really loved, because I love the packaging and I like the stories behind all of them. I'd have to get a sample of that one before I would actually commit to it. I didn't love it on spray, but I loved the dry down, and I just think for a perfume, I feel like I should love it when I spray it and during the dry down and as it develops on me. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. I'm also throwing this away. This is a tiny little Chanel Chance Rollerball. I got this when I got the full-size perfume as a Christmas gift from my parents. When I was in high school, I could smell the alcohol just unscrewing the lid. It is super, super old. So yeah, it's just not, it's rubbing alcohol at this point. Another fragrance sample. This was actually a makeup sample. Amora Vita, or skincare, depending on how you look at it. Amora Vita, this is the Queen of Hungary. This was a sample. So Amora Vita, I'm really intrigued by the brand, and I told you guys that before. I thought about getting the set. I do not like this. This is very, very, very expensive. Very, very expensive, like $100 or $70 or something for the full size, and it's a facial mist, and I don't love the scent. It's definitely a spa herbal scent, which I don't usually mind too much, but I don't like this one. So yeah, would not purchase that. Here is a CoverGirl lipstick in Spellbound. I love this. As you can see, I did use quite a bit of it, but do you see those dots on it? That's not, I'm pretty sure it's not mold. What that is the wax and the oils separating from each other. This is very old, and I can repurchase it if I want, so I'm not going to try and wipe it off and sanitize it. But if you see that on your lipsticks, most likely that is the oil and the waxes separating from each other due to temperature fluctuations. That's what happens. So I'm tossing this. Here was another sample, Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This was way too dark for me. You can see that on the back. I had to mix like a teeny little bit of this with a bunch of lighter foundations and concealers. This was okay. It dried too fast for me, so I would not get a sample of that again. I finished up my Algenist Genius Eye Cream. This I got free from work when I worked at Sephora. It was okay. I don't think it's worth the $110 price tag, but that's how it worked for me. This I'm getting rid of. This is a NARS Duo Cream Compact in Orgasm in South Beach. This is just super old, guys. This was a gift, and I was very grateful for it. I used a lot of it. These are very shimmery, like they're very, very shimmery. They're really beautiful. Let me get a better swatch of the blush shade. So they're beautiful. I mean, They're gorgeous colors, but it just wasn't something I reached for. In the sunlight, you're definitely like, hey, I like the shimmer on your face. You can't see it in my camera, but especially with the Orgasm shade, the gold glitter in it was very, very apparent in the sunlight, even though it's a beautiful color. I love the color. The bronzer was a little bit less so, but I don't know, it was almost like a bronzer highlighter in one. I don't know, I liked this, and I feel like I used a decent amount of it, but it's just really old now, and I don't want to put it on my face. So I'm getting rid of that. Let's see, I have a couple more things and then a ton of samples. So this is funny. So people laugh when people include stuff like this in their empties, but this is the Bath & Body Works Island Margarita Pocket Back Antibacterial Hand Gel. I probably use up more makeup products than I do hand sanitizers. It is really hard for me to finish hand sanitizers, and I have a ton of them because I think they're so cute and they're small and they're cheap, and I like the different scents, but that's a problem. I should use these more often. This was sitting at my desk at work, so I finally was able to use this up. This was like from 2 or 3 summers ago. But this smelled really good. I loved it. It was like a limey margarita scent. Really nice. So glad I finally finished that one up. This expired. This is the Peter Thomas Roth Instant Mineral Veil SPF 45. It has the little brush, and you pull that off and you dust it on, and then you pull this down, and then you put this on, and then you close it. It gives you mineral coverage with a powder. My favorite way of using this is actually in my hairline when I'm at the beach. I don't love it on my face too much. When I put it on my face, like as a touch-up sunscreen, I would actually inhale the little particles, and I would feel them like in my mouth, and I wasn't breathing through my mouth when that happened. It's just like, that's what happened because this has so much powder that kind of goes everywhere. This is a really nice product for certain people, I think. I wish there was a more elegant formulation and application delivery for this, because this brush was kind of scratchy too. I used it on my neck a lot. Yeah, good idea, but I think it needs some improvement. Okay, this I'm also getting rid of. This is a Laura Mercier Metallic Cream Eyeshadow, eye color in the color Platinum. This was free from work when I worked at Sephora. It's just like, it's like the MAC paints. It's a beautiful color, really, really gorgeous, but it creases on me without putting a powder on top. And for me, I'm just getting away of using cream bases when I have to use them under a powder shadow. My powder shadows show up fine, so I don't know why I need to put a cream base on underneath. It doesn't change the look enough for me, and I like to have cream shadows that I can wear by themselves too, as just a quick one color eye look. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that, and plus it's pretty old as well. Here's a mini mascara sample from Fresh. This was their Supernova mascara. It's super old, and it smells terrible. It smells terrible. I did love this mascara at one time. They stopped selling it, I think, but it was really nice. It did kind of smudge on me though if I was like hot or it was really humid outside, but other than that, I really enjoyed that mascara. This mascara I finished up. This is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. I'm working on a mini of this mascara right now, but this was the full size. You've all seen this. I like this mascara especially in the summer because it does have a high wax content, so it's almost waterproof, and I find that it doesn't smudge on me, it doesn't run on me. This was free from work when I worked at Sephora. I really enjoyed this. If I came in a set, I wouldn't repurchase it by itself, but if it came in a set, I would be interested in the set because of that. So this was nice, but for me, I know when mascaras are about to be done, when they start flaking down on the top of my cheeks at the end of the day. So this one started to do that, and I just couldn't deal with it anymore. So that was done. So that is my big box of empties, and then I have this bag of empty samples. I might split this into 2 videos depending on how crazy long it is, but let's just try and go through these because I have been on a mission to finish up all my samples. Okay, so I have 2 of these, I think. Do I? No, maybe my other one was in my other empties. The Eve Lom Cleansing Balm. It was like, oh my gosh, there's like another sample stuck in here. So it was a balm. Okay, here's a picture of it. A balm and then a muslin cloth to take it off. This is sort of a cult classic, probably because it was like the first balm to oil kind of cleanser. It was nice, way too heavily fragranced in cloves and cinnamon. For my liking, would not purchase that. Nude Omega Treatment Milk. This was nice. This was their serum. I just finished this up today. It was definitely a thicker type serum. So good maybe if you're combination oily and you don't want to use a moisturizer on top, or if you're super dry and you need a very hydrating serum. I did not like the scent though. It kind of smelled like rice protein or some kind of rice derivative. I don't know. I didn't like that. Here's the Jack Black Pure Clean Daily Facial Cleanser. Here's the funny thing about these little blue packets. They look like they'd have a lot of product in them, but I only ever got one use out of any of these blue packets, I think. With aloe and sage leaf. Sorry, that was the end of the name. Daily Facial Cleanser with aloe and sage leaf. This was okay. I don't remember anything about this, so... Shiseido Benefiance Eye Cream. This stuff's amazing. There's a reason it's the #1 selling eye cream. Yeah, this is really nice. Try to get a sample if you can. I don't like how heavily fragranced it is, but it works very nicely. And I like that it's a thicker, balmy kind of texture. Fresh Soy Face Cleanser, not my favorite. I've said that before. I don't like the cucumber scent, and I think it's a little drying. Jack Black Double Duty Face Moisturizer with SPF 20. This is okay, I think, if you're trying to get yourself to use sunscreen or get your boyfriend or husband or dad to use sunscreen, it's okay. Not my favorite though. Murad Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture. Really enjoyed this. I had a couple samples of this. If I find more in my bag of empty samples, I'll let you guys know. Really enjoyed this. Potential purchase. Here's the Ren V Sense Flash Rinse 1-minute facial with water activated vitamin C. This was nice. I remember liking it. That's all I remember. I'm not a huge fan of Ren. Tarte Maracuja Oil. This was nice. I didn't really like how it smelled, but I don't like how most oils smell. Fresh Lotus Youth Preserve Face Cream. I really like this. This is a very nice daytime moisturizer for someone with normal skin. Or if you're oily, you might like it too, because it's definitely lighter weight. I don't like that it smells like cucumbers, because a lot of this stuff smells like cucumbers. But other than that, I really enjoyed this and would probably purchase that because I think it's like in the $40 range. So I'd probably purchase that if it didn't smell like cucumbers. I love this. This is amazing. And very expensive. This is the Amora Vita Refining Facial Polisher. So it comes out as like this kind of green color. Can you kind of see? It's like, oh, you kind of see that little bit of green. You can't. So you look crazy when you put it on. So you apply to damp skin and massage lightly using circular motion. Leave on for 2 minutes, then rinse. This is $95. So it's extremely expensive, but price per use, if you only use as much as you get in here, which is 2 mils, if you actually can stick to using a small amount, which you only need a small amount because it's very thin textured, it's not thick. I don't think people would use a lot of this. This is similar, so in my head, this is the same thing as the Kate Somerville Exfoliate, except this feels much more elegant on my skin and it's not so spicy as that, and it's actually cheaper price per use than the Kate Somerville. So this was like, is it like $2 a use? I did figure it out. And you know what? Someone I think wrote a review on Sephora.com with the price per ounce listed, because I was doing the math and then I was looking up the price and then I looked at the reviews. So look at the reviews on Sephora.com because someone put that up there, unless they took it down. Really liked this. I'm probably gonna buy this, to be honest, during the VIP sale. I really enjoyed this. So my face felt really nice afterwards. It was very easy to use. It wasn't as messy as Exfoliate or as messy as some of these other exfoliants. Yeah, so it has natural pumice in it, which is actually the same as that Bliss Multifaceted Clay Face Mask. But this just feels a lot better. It's not so rough. It's not so much pumice in it. So really, really liked this. Definitely get a sample before you buy. I will try and get more samples of that as I go. Here's an Amore Pacific Intensive Vitalizing Eye Essence. This is like an eye serum. It was okay. I really saw absolutely no difference, so I would not buy that. Sephora brand Express Eye Makeup Remover Wipe. This was okay. If you're going to use a makeup removing wipe, why not just use one for your face? They're bigger. A Bobbi Brown Hydrating Eye Cream. I just finished this morning. I really enjoy this. This is a very nice eye cream. It works really nicely underneath makeup to prevent creasing. I have another one of these, and you can get like a bunch of days out of these eye cream samples. There's 1.5 mils in here, so you can get a bunch of uses out of it. Another Murad Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture. You guys know I love that. Oh, hold on. Let me find. This has a 3-step component. Okay. So this is the Ole Henriksen Power Peel, and I have another one of these to use. This first step is an almond polish, which is a natural exfoliant. Then the Power Peel Lemon Strip, and then the Chamomile Comfort. So you massage this on your wet face, damp face, for 1 to 2 minutes, and then rinse. And then you dry your face and you dry your hands, and then you put the lemon strip on for 2 minutes, and then you put this on and leave it on for 15 minutes. So it's a bit of a process, but my face did feel wonderfully smooth afterwards. A little harsh with the almond polish for my taste, but again, I'm not really big into physical exfoliants. But I did love the lemon strip. You can buy this separately, but you can't buy the Chamomile Comfort separately. The lemon strip I really liked. Probably wouldn't purchase it though. I didn't really think it was that special. But this is a nice one. If you can get a sample of it, try it out. I think this would be really good if like if you were outside working in the yard all day and you were like sweaty and just feeling really gross and you wanted to really clean up and like, you know, really clean your face. This is a nice way to do that. And then this is kind of like a sleeping, like a mini moisturizing mask to put on top, which I thought was nice. You could probably sleep with this on if you don't move a lot during the night. Because this neutralizes the lemon strip and then it just hydrates it. So I thought it was a really nice process to go through if you wanted to sort of really treat yourself, but I don't know that I would necessarily buy this, but I have another one, so I'll let you know my thoughts when I finish that one. Jack Black Face Buff Energizing Scrub with Vitamin C and Menthol. This stuff is terrible. Do not use this. Do not buy this. I used this and I guess I got it too close to my eye. It somehow affected both of my contacts and both of my eyes. It hurt this eye, but somehow also affected both of my contacts with the menthol that I had to use new contacts. I could not get it off. So do not get this. Terrible. Fresh Black Tea Age Delay Cream. I don't remember anything about this. I'm assuming it was decent, but as most fresh stuff, I don't think it's worth the price point. Fresh Black Tea Firming Overnight Mask. I don't remember this at all. Another Murad Hydrodynamic Moisture, Ultimate Moisture. I really like those. Origins Ginseng Eye Cream. You guys know I really enjoy this. I wouldn't purchase the full size because I do not like how the packaging is, but I would get it as a 100-point perk, which it is again, but I'm not going to get it because I still have too many eye creams to use up. Here's another. Sorry, I got distracted by a clump of hair on my shirt. Another serum sample, Lancome Visionaire. Totally okay, really saw no difference. Korres Eucerin and Oat Anti-Aging and Anti-Wrinkle Face Serum. It was okay. I don't really like how it smelled. I don't like how most Korres things smell. Caudalie SOS Morning Eye Rescue. It was okay, but definitely not my favorite Caudalie product that I've ever tried. And this was, ew, like the gross thing at the bottom. A sample of the marula oil. This was actually nice, and this kind of sample, I got a lot of uses out of it, and I used it on my neck similar to how I was using my argan oil, and I really enjoyed it. This was very nice. Probably wouldn't repurchase, but I would get it as a sample again like this. Alright guys, that is all of my empties. I told you I had a ton, and yeah, my timer is proving me right. So I had so many samples. Thank you for sitting with me through all of those. I just wanted to use up all my samples because I have so many samples just lying around that I have been like storing. I don't know why. So that's why I've really been trying to focus on using my samples up before I open a new full-size product. If you guys have any questions about any of the products that I mentioned, please leave them down below, and I will talk to you later. Bye.